Usually in FPSs there is this one gun that not everybody can use properly, and the reason for that is that you need to have a really good aim to be able to kill somebody with it. And a good example is the Revolver from Overwatch that McCree has. So in today's video we are going to learn how to create a revolver. So first let me show you what I did here. So as you can see, the green cube at the bottom is representing my revolver, and now I'm going to fire. As you can see, this is my bullet, and also I'm having a little bit of spread and recoil. As well, besides my primary firing mode, I have my alternate fire, which is bound to my right click. So when I'm going to press it, you're going to see that a lot of bullets are going to be fired from the gun, and as well I'm going to have a big spread. So in today's video, as I said, we are going to learn how to do this. I'm going to implement the spread as well, and the recoil, and also we are going to learn how to do a reloading system. So let's get into the blueprint. So here I have an input action mapping called fire, and it is bound to my left mouse button. So let's go a little bit to edit, project settings, input, and let's create one of those. So for me, fire and left mouse button. As well, create here another action mapping. So for me that is called alt fire from alternate fire, and that is bound to my right mouse button. Alright, back into the blueprint. Alright. And now what I want to do is to create, so what you need to do is to create an integer called current ammo, and the default value should be 6. Or actually what we could do here is get a begin play, so f and begin play, and let's just create for now the reloading system, right? So create two integers, one called current ammo and one called clip size, and what I want to do is to get the event begin play, set current ammo to be clip size. So this way this is a little bit more versatile. Alright, so now what this did is that we are going to play, so when we're going to press play, we are going to set the ammo to be the clip size. Alright, so let's get a little bit of logic done here. What we want to do is to fire, and every time we fire we are going to decrement, so that is going to set the current ammo to be the ammo minus 1, and then whenever we are going to use the alternate fire we want it to be 0, so it's going to consume all the bullets, and then when we are going to press the button we want to reload. So let's first do the reloading part. So here I have the button R. When I'm going to press it, I'm going to check if current ammo is less than clip size. I'm going to do this, so let's say for instance that my clip size is 6 and I fired once, that means that the current ammo is 5. I want to reload, and why I'm doing this condition is because I don't want to be able to reload if I'm going to have the clip, so the bullets in my clip that I currently have, if they're as well 6, I don't want to be able to reload. Then I'm going to do here do once, because I don't want to be able to reload multiple times during one sequence. And then here I'm going to do a delay, which is going to be basically how much it takes to reload. For me that is 0.2 seconds. Then I'm going to set the current ammo once again to be the clip size. I'm going to print here a string, this is optional. And then I'm going to reset the do once. So I can run this piece of code once again. Alright, now let's go again into our input action fire, and let's see if our current ammo is less than 1. If that is true, that means that we have 0 bullets in our clip size and that we need to reload. So do a branch and check if it is less than 1. If that is false, so that means that we have at least 1 bullet. We are going to do here a line trace, so this is a function for me. What I did is that I got the camera, got the world location, and got the forward vector as well. I'm going to multiply this with a float, which is pretty big, so for me that is 60,000 I think. And then I'm going to add these two, and then I'm going to get a line trace by channel, plug the world location in the start pane. I'm going to add this into the end, and then I'm going to set my draw debug type to be persistent just so I can see it. Alright, and then what I did, I just broke the hit result and plugged everything into the return node. If you're not going to make this a function, you don't need to do this, right? So just break the hit result, and as well we are going to have the return value right here. So out of the return value we are going to get a branch, and right here we are going to have a sequence out of the line trace. So from the then 0 we are going to have the branch, and then we are going to have a timeline from the then 1. So just create a timeline, and we won't do anything for now. Now let me explain what we're going to do here with the branch. So here you're just going to need to run your own piece of script. So for example, if you're going to have a character, you want to deal damage to it, I can also get the hit actor and destroy the actor. Right, so if I'm going to do this now, you're going to see that I can delete these walls, but that's not what I want to do, and neither you probably. And now let's go into our timeline and see what I set here. So I am having here a flow track, which is not really necessarily, but why we need this is because we need to have something that is going to run for 0.05 seconds. So for me the length is that. As well, you can change these values to suit your game as you want. So for 0.05 seconds, what I want to do is to add controller, yaw input, and pitch input. That means that we are going to, our aim is going to go to the right and to the left and up. And of course it's going to happen randomly. So we're going to add to the yaw a random floating range from -0.50 to 0.50. As well, you can change these values, and as well here from the random floating range. And for the pitch, that is -0.5 and 0.5. The reason why we are having here a 0 is minus is because if this would be 0.5 and 0.5, our aim would go downwards, as you can see, which is not how the recoil works. Right, so back to -0.5, and then out of finished. So once this finished, we want to decrement from the current ammo. That means that we are going to set the ammo to be ammo -1. So this is everything for the primary firing mode. Let's see now what I did for the burst. Alright, so here I have a current, again I have the same condition, current ammo less than 1. If this is false, we are going to run the script. So what we want to do here is a do once, and I'm going to explain a little bit later why we are going to have this here. Alright, then I'm going to have here a custom macro, which I highly suggest you to do, and make sure that you're going to have this in a global library, not like me, only in my character. So what this is a for loop with delay. The normal for loop does not support any delays at all. And what I did is that I got into my original for loop, copied everything, then I created a custom macro, pasted everything in, and made sure that every pins are the same with the original. And then the only thing that I did is that I got a delay right here. Alright, so from then 1, assign, delay, and then back into the branch. Alright, and the duration is going to be as well an input. So for me that's going to be a float called duration. So let's take for instance that our current ammo is 6, and the first index is going to be 6. So what it is going to do is going to run this piece of script 6 times, because we have from 1 to 6, and it's going to have a delay between every iteration of 0.1 seconds. Right, out of completed, what we want to do, as I said, we want to set the current ammo to be 0. So as I said before, we want to make sure that we used all the bullets in our clip. And so from the exit, we are going to do again the line trace, the sequence, the branch, and the timeline. So basically this is just the same thing. Alright, and now let me explain you why I'm having here a do once. So let's just unplug this from here and see what's going to happen. So as you can see, I'm going to press it and it will never stop. Actually, it will stop, but if I'm just going to spam my right button, it will never stop. So I can just do this forever, which we don't want. So the do once is going to be here, so it makes sure that this is going to run only once the condition is going to be false. So guys, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up to show me if you liked it or not. And also tell me in the comments below what else would you like to see, or if you liked the tutorial or not. And one more thing, if you learned something new from this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be up to date with new videos. So this is pretty much all, as I said. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next tutorial.